So today I am going to explain a very important topic of fluid dynamics, hydrodynamics. It is Bernoulli's theorem. Bernoulli's theorem relates pressure, it is regarding the flowing liquid, for the flowing liquid, and it relates pressure, velocity of flow and h, height of the cross section from the horizontal, from the reference level. It relates to these three things: pressure, velocity of flow v, and height of the cross section. It can be obtained by using work energy theorem, and according to the work energy theorem we know that it is the work done by all type of forces is equal to the change of kinetic energy. It is clear. Later we will see that it is actually the law of conservation of energy for the flowing liquid. It is clear. But just now you know that it gives a relation between the pressure, velocity of flow and height of the cross section at any point. So see here, how will you derive this? So here we have assumed this liquid which is contained in the part AB. Let in an infinitesimally small time, we have taken a very small time interval delta t. Since the liquid is flowing, therefore the liquid which is contained in the part AB, after time delta t, it will be contained in the A dash B dash if the liquid is flowing in this direction. Here liquid is flowing in this direction. So the liquid which is contained in the part AB will be shifted to A dash B dash in time delta t. It is clear. Now see here, it means the liquid molecules which are at the point A, after time delta t they will be reached at A dash. Similarly, the liquid molecules which were at the point B, which were at this cross section, will shift to the B dash. It's clear. Since time interval is infinitesimally small, therefore cross section at A and A dash, it will be very close to each other. Very close to each other. Therefore, their area as well as velocity of flow both will remain same. Because we know from the equation of continuity, A into V equals to constant. What is V here? Here V is the velocity of flow at any cross section. So since time interval is very small, therefore these two cross sections will be very close to each other, and therefore area of cross section as well as velocity of flow will remain same at both the places. Similarly here also. It's clear. Now see here, from the principle of continuity we know that the same mass of liquid crosses to any cross section in a given time. Same mass of liquid crosses to any cross section in a given time. So we will find out how much liquid crosses to the cross section A in the time delta t. डेल्टा टी टाइम में क्रॉस सेक्शन ए से कितने मास का लिक्विड पास हो जाता है. सो सी हियर, व्हाट इज द वेलोसिटी ऑफ फ्लो हियर? इट इज v1. इट इज क्लियर. देयरफॉर इन यूनिट टाइम, how much length of liquid column will pass through the cross section A? Yes, you tell. बोले. यूनिट टाइम में यहां पर वेलोसिटी ऑफ फ्लो v1 है. सो यूनिट टाइम में कितने लेंथ का लिक्विड कॉलम क्रॉस सेक्शन, इस क्रॉस सेक्शन को क्रॉस कर जाएगा, इस क्रॉस सेक्शन से आगे बढ़ जाएगा. वेलोसिटी इज v1 मीन्स इट विल बी इक्वल टू द v1 लेंथ. अगर हम v1 को ले लें 2 सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड, मतलब 1 सेकेंड में कितनी लेंथ का लिक्विड कॉलम यहां से क्रॉस कर जाएगा? 2 सेंटीमीटर का. आया समझे? सो सिंस वी आर यूजिंग लिटरल टर्म्स, सो हाउ मच लेंथ ऑफ लिक्विड कॉलम विल क्रॉस टू दिस क्रॉस सेक्शन इन टाइम v1? इट विल बी इक्वल टू द v1 लेंथ. 1 सेकेंड में v1 लेंथ, सो डेल्टा टी टाइम में कितनी लेंथ का क्रॉस करेगा? v1 into delta t. v1 into delta t. It is clear. What will be the volume of that part of liquid? Since the tube is cylindrical, so what is the volume? Volume of cylindrical tube equals to area of cross section multiplied by length. Multiplied by length. It's clear? So how much volume of liquid will pass to this cross section in time delta t? It will be, so you can see here, in 1 second, V1 length of liquid column will cross to this cross section A. Therefore, in time delta t, how much length? V1 into delta t. So what will be the volume of this liquid? Volume which is contained in this length. Volume of liquid which is contained in this length. It will be equal to A1 into V1 into delta t. This will be volume. So what will be the mass? How can you find mass? Mass कैसे find out करेंगे? If volume is given, then how will you find mass? So mass equals to volume into density. Volume into density. So it will be equal to, कोई लोग पढ़ नहीं रहे हैं बिल्कुल भी, delta t into rho. This is the mass of liquid which crosses to the cross section A in the time delta t. In the time delta t. It is clear? Now, similarly, the mass of the liquid which crosses to this cross section in time delta t, it will be equal to how much? How will you find? Exactly in the same way. So, what will be this? बोलो कितना होगा? कितने मास का लिक्विड इस क्रॉस सेक्शन से डेल्टा टी टाइम में पास हो जाएगा? जैसे यहां फाइंड आउट किया वहां A2 V2 डेल्टा टी इंटू रो. A2 V2 डेल्टा टी इंटू रो. It is clear? This will be. But from the principle of continuity, we know that the equal mass of liquid discharges through any cross section in a given time. जितना मास ऑफ लिक्विड यहां से क्रॉस करेगा डेल्टा टी टाइम में, उतना ही मास ऑफ लिक्विड वहां से भी क्रॉस करेगा. मीन्स दीज टू वॉल्यूम्स, दीज टू मासेज विल बी इक्वल. A1 V1 डेल्टा टी इंटू रो equals to A2 V2 delta T into rho. That we have taken equals to delta M. What is delta M? It is the mass of liquid discharged through any cross section. Through any cross section in time delta t. It's clear? So from here you can see that A1 V1 delta t equals to A2 V2 delta t equals to delta M upon rho. What we have done? Divide all the terms by rho. What is rho? Rho is the density of liquid. It is clear? So we have got one relation, A1 V1 delta t equals to A2 V2 delta t equals to delta M upon rho. It is clear? This relation we have named as equation 1. Now see here. Now we will find out the work done. So see here, first you see how many forces are acting here. So if you see here, then you will find that what will be the force on this cross section. इस क्रॉस सेक्शन पर कितना फोर्स होगा? Its area is A1, pressure is P1. So how much force will build here? As we know that pressure equals to force upon area. Pressure equals to force upon area. So what is F? P into A. Means P1 into A1. Means लिक्विड को ट्यूब में इंटर करने के लिए कितना फोर्स ओवरकम करना पड़ेगा, P1 इंटू A1. इट इज क्लियर. एंड देयरफॉर हियर वर्क इज डन बाय द एक्सटर्नल एजेंट. Work is done by the external agent. When liquid enters in the tube, work will be done by the external agent. When it will come out, work will be done by the liquid itself. By the liquid itself. Now at this cross section, there will be how much force? Here pressure is P2 and area of cross section is A2. So how much force will act? P2 into A2. These two forces are acting in the opposite direction. Therefore, work done by them will be opposite in sign. They will be opposite in sign. क्यों opposite in sign में होंगे? Because the displacement is taking place in this direction. Here displacement is taking place in the direction of force, and here force is acting in this direction. Displacement take place in that direction. It is clear. So see here, what is the work done in the time delta t? Work done in time delta t by the liquid against by the liquid against force P1 into A1. It's clear. You can write by the force P1 into A1. By force P1 into A1. So see here, it will be equal to how much? P. What is the formula of work done? Work done equals to force into displacement. In delta t time, liquid moves by how much distance here? यहां से यहां आ जाता, मतलब ए डैश कितना है? डेल्टा टी टाइम में यहां वाला लिक्विड कितनी डिस्टेंस मूव कर जाएगा? V1 इंटू डेल्टा टी, स्पीड इंटू टाइम, स्पीड इंटू टाइम. सो व्हाट इज द फोर्स? फोर्स इज P1 A1 एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज व्हाट? V1 into delta t. Now from here we know that A1 V1 delta t equals to how much? Delta m upon rho. So this you can write as P1 into delta m by rho. It is clear. Now similarly work done. This work you can name as W1. This work we have named as W1. Work done in time delta t by the liquid against force P2 into A2. Why it is against force P2 into A2? Because liquid is flowing opposite to that direction in which the force is acting. Force is acting in this direction, liquid is flowing opposite to that. So this work will be negative. W2 equals to minus, what is the force here? P2 into A2. और डेल्टा टी टाइम में लिक्विड यहाँ कितना, कहाँ से कहाँ मूव कर गया? फ्रॉम B to B डैश. व्हाट इज दिस डिस्टेंस? इट इज V2 into डेल्टा टी, बिकॉज द वेलोसिटी इज V2, टाइम डेल्टा टी. सो डेल्टा टी टाइम में कितना डिस्टेंस मूव करेगा? V2 into delta t. V2 into delta t. Once again from here, A2 V2 delta t is equal to what? Delta m upon rho. So this will be equals to minus P2 into delta m upon rho. This is clear. Now see here. Now we will find out the work done by the gravity force. Work done by the gravity force. So see here, what is the mass of liquid? Mass of the liquid is delta m. It's clear. What will be the gravity force acting on that mass of liquid? Delta m into g. force of gravity equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity. So what will be the force? Delta m into g. It is clear. What will be the work done by the gravity force in time delta t? In time delta t, gravity force कितना वर्क करेगा? So see here, as we know that gravity force is a conservative force. Gravitational force is a conservative force, and work done by any conservative force. Work done by any conservative force, it is equal to negative of change of potential energy. Negative of change of potential energy means it will be equal to how much? UF minus UI. UF minus UI. It is clear? Now see here, what will be UF minus UI? So work done by gravity force in time delta t. So as we know that in time delta t, how much mass of liquid discharges through any cross section? It is delta m. In time delta t, how much mass of liquid discharges, liquid passes through any cross section? In delta m. So what will be the gravity force acting upon that? That will be delta m into g. It is clear? Now that work will be equal to the change of potential energy. Change of potential energy means potential energy final minus initial. What is the final potential energy? How can you tell? कितना मास है यहाँ पर? डेल्टा m. What will be the gravity force? Delta m into g. What is the potential energy? Delta m into g into h2. It will be equal to minus, within bracket you can write delta m into g into h2 minus initial will be delta m into g into h1. When you will open the bracket, it will be delta m into g into h1 minus g into h2. This will be the work done by gravity force in time delta t. This is clear? So as we know that from work energy theorem, work done by all type of forces will be equal to what? Change in kinetic energy. So first you find out the change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy, that will be equals to kf minus ki. What is kf? Here mass is delta m. In this part, what is the mass of the liquid contained? Delta m. Velocity is what? v2. So it will be equal to 1 upon 2 delta m into minus 1 upon 2 delta m into v1 का square. It is clear? This is clear? Final minus initial. It is clear? यहां पर h1 minus h2 क्यों हो गया? Because of this minus sign. It is clear? Because W by the conservative forces equals to negative of change in potential energy. So see here, from work energy theorem, you can see here, therefore from work energy theorem, total work done equals to change in potential energy. What is the total work done? This work you can name as the W3. Here we can name this work as W3. So work done will be equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3 equals to change in kinetic energy. What is W1 here? So W1 is P1 into delta m upon rho. What is W2? Minus P2 into delta m upon rho. Delta m upon rho. What is W3? it is mgh1 minus not mgh1 delta mgh1. It's clear? Delta mgh1 minus delta mgh2 equals to change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy is this 1 upon 2 delta m v2 square minus delta m v1 square. Now you can see here we can cancel out delta m throughout. On cancelling the delta m throughout, so see here when you will cancel delta m throughout, because it is present in every term, so it will become P1 upon rho minus P2 upon rho plus GH1 minus GH2 V2 square upon 2 minus upon 2. Now here in denominator there is density of liquid rho. So you multiply each term by the rho. Multiply each term by rho. So P1 minus P2 plus rho GH1 minus rho GH2 equals to 1 upon 2 rho V2 square minus 1 upon 2 rho V1 square. Now we will rewrite this equation. And how will you rewrite? You bring all the terms which are containing 1 in left hand side, other terms in the right hand side. जिन terms में 1 है उनको left hand side में लिख लें. So P1 you bring minus half rho V1 square in from this side to this side. So it will be 1 upon 2 V1 square plus rho GH1 equals to P2 plus 1 upon 2 rho V2 square plus rho GH2. It's clear? Means we can say that at any cross section of the flowing liquid, this is constant. Equals to constant. P plus half rho v square plus rho gh equals to constant. Now see here, if you see these terms, so these terms are the energy per unit volume. P is what? It is the pressure energy per unit volume. Half rho v square is kinetic energy per unit volume, and rho gh is potential energy per unit volume. Now you can see here how it is energies per unit volume. So see here, as we know that the liquid flow is liquid which we have considered is ideal. Ideal liquid, there will be no loss of energy. It is zero compressible and zero viscosity. It's clear? There is no frictional force anywhere. Therefore, there will be no loss of energy. And when all the forces which are acting are conservative, then what will happen? The work done will store in some form of the energy. So here it will store the work done, net work done will store in the form of energy of the flowing liquid. Now see here, what will be the work done here in time delta t? So just now we have seen that the work done in time delta t equals to force multiplied by displacement in time delta t. जितना फोर्स लग रहा है और डेल्टा टी टाइम में लिक्विड ने कितना डिस्टेंस मूव किया उसका प्रोडक्ट. सो इट विल बी फोर्स इज P1 इंटू A1. इट्स क्लियर? व्हाट इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट? इट विल बी V1 इंटू डेल्टा टी. दिस इज द वर्क डन. मीन्स एट एनी क्रॉस सेक्शन, ये तो हमने वहां देखा था, कोई भी क्रॉस सेक्शन हो उसमें डेल्टा टी टाइम पर वर्क डन कितना हो जाएगा? P into A into V into delta T. P is what? Pressure at that cross section. A is area of cross section. V is the velocity of flow at that cross section. delta t is the time interval. This is the work done in delta t time. It is clear? Now so this work will store in the form of energy, and this energy is called the pressure energy. Why do we call it as pressure energy? Because this work is done in order to overcome the pressure. This work is done by the liquid in order to overcome the pressure. प्रेशर को ओवरकम करने में किया जा रहा है. सो व्हाट विल द प्रेशर एनर्जी पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम? प्रेशर एनर्जी पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम. ये बताओ, ये कितने वॉल्यूम के लिक्विड की प्रेशर एनर्जी है? बता सकते हो? कितने वॉल्यूम के लिक्विड की प्रेशर एनर्जी है? सो देख लो, डेल्टा टी टाइम में कितने वॉल्यूम का लिक्विड इससे क्रॉस कर जाएगा? तो देख लो, A1 is the area of cross section, and in delta t time how much length of liquid will cross? V1 into delta t. यही तो होगा. डेल्टा टी टाइम में कितने वॉल्यूम का लिक्विड इस क्रॉस सेक्शन से क्रॉस कर जाएगा? V1 into delta t. What will be the volume of that? A1 into V1 into delta t. So this is the work done. Work done per unit volume will be A into V into delta t. So this is simply P. Means pressure energy per unit volume at any cross section will be equal to the pressure at that cross section. Will be equal to the pressure at that cross section. Now similarly, what will be the kinetic energy? So already we have assumed that how much mass of liquid is contained here. Its mass is delta m. Mass is delta m. Velocity is what? V1. So what will be the kinetic energy? 1/2 delta m into v square. It's clear? V1 तो इसके लिए हो गया, कहीं के लिए भी निकालेंगे, वहां के लिए क्या हो जाएगा? 1/2 delta m into v2 square. Now we have to find per unit volume, kinetic energy per unit volume. So you divide this thing by the volume. So what will be delta m upon volume? Mass of the liquid divided by volume of that liquid. So it will be equal to density. That is equals to 1/2 rho into v square. It is clear? So this is the kinetic energy of flowing liquid per unit volume. Similarly, potential energy, it will be delta m into g into h. It is clear? What will be per unit volume this energy? It is volume. So delta m upon volume equals to what? It is rho g h. This is the potential energy per unit volume. It is clear? Means a flowing liquid has three types of energy. One is the pressure energy per unit volume. One has the pressure energy. Other is the kinetic energy. Third is the potential energy. And according to Bernoulli's theorem, sum of these three energies per unit volume will remain constant, provided liquid is ideal and the flow is streamlined. Liquid is ideal and flow is streamlined. Liquid is ideal means it is zero compressible and zero viscous. It is clear? So in other way we can say that the Bernoulli's theorem is the law of conservation of energy for the flowing liquid. It is clear? It is the law of conservation of energy for flowing liquid. You remember these things, that P is pressure energy per unit volume. Half rho v square is the kinetic energy of flowing liquid per unit volume. Rho gh is the potential energy of flowing liquid per unit volume. It is clear? So you write down. Therefore, according to the Bernoulli's theorem, when an ideal liquid flows through a tube of non-uniform cross section, when an ideal liquid flows through a tube of non-uniform cross section in streamline flow, in streamline flow, then total energy of flowing liquid per unit volume, remain constant, that is P plus half rho into V square plus rho GH equals to constant. It is clear? Now see here. Now I am going to discuss one specific relation. Here you have seen that in the previous case you have seen that both the cross sections were at the different height, but now center of both the cross section is at the same height. Center of both the cross sections are at the same height, means H1 and H2 both are equal. H1 and H2 both are equal. What will be the total energy of flowing liquid here? It will be equals to P1 plus half rho V1 square plus rho G H1. At this cross section it will be equal to what? It will be P2 plus half rho V2 square plus rho G H2. It is clear? Since H1 and H2 are same, therefore what can you deduce? This and this will be cancelled. Therefore we can deduce that P1 plus half rho V1 square equals to P2 plus half rho V2 square, or you can write P plus half rho V square equals to constant. P plus half rho V square equals to constant. Now what is the significance of this? प्रेशर एनर्जी एंड काइनेटिक एनर्जी का सम क्या है? कांस्टेंट है. अगर P इंक्रीज करता है, व्हाट विल हैपन टू द काइनेटिक एनर्जी? टोटल इज कांस्टेंट. टोटल इज सपोज 10. Once it is 4 and this is 6. Now if this becomes 7, what will happen to that? 3. It is clear? And this is decreasing means what is decreasing here? 1/2 is decreasing, or rho is decreasing, or V is decreasing. तो 1/2 तो डिक्रीज नहीं हो सकता, वो तो 1/2 तो हरदम 0.5 ही रहेगा. ये तो है नहीं कि 2 किलोमीटर आगे चले जाए तो 0.4 हो जाए. हाँ कि ऋतिक राज वाजपेयी कहें कि नहीं हमारे घर में तो 1/2 0.2 होता, क्योंकि हमारे पापा कहते हैं. रो भी चेंज नहीं होगा. रो इज द डेंसिटी ऑफ लिक्विड. व्हाट विल हैपन टू द वी? वेलोसिटी ऑफ फ्लो विल डिक्रीज. हियर यू डोंट कंफ्यूज इट विद द वॉल्यूम. इट इज वेलोसिटी ऑफ फ्लो. सो व्हाट विल हैपन? नाउ ऑल ऑफ यू सी हियर, इफ प्रेशर इंक्रीजेज देन velocity of flow decreases. In a horizontal tube means, what is the meaning of horizontal? Horizontal tube may be of non-uniform cross section. Horizontal tube non-uniform cross section की हो सकती है. Horizontal tube का मतलब क्या है? Center of all the cross sections are on the same straight horizontal line. On the same straight horizontal line. आए समझे? वो सेम स्ट्रेट हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन में है. सो इन ए हॉरिजॉन्टल ट्यूब, इफ प्रेशर इज मोर एट एनी क्रॉस सेक्शन देन वेलोसिटी ऑफ फ्लो विल बी लेस. एंड दिस इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ वेंचुरीमीटर. दिस इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ वेंचुरीमीटर. वेंचुरीमीटर इज ए डिवाइस by which we can measure the rate of flow. It is clear?